Guys, we are finally back again for another reaction. I actually did this reaction right there, guys, but I forgot to record the screen, so we're doing it yet again, guys. I actually did a previous reaction. If you want to go check that out, that'll be in the first comment in the comment box below. And by the way, guys, I actually dropped another membership vlog, of course, on Mystelics vlogs. If you are a member of the Mystelics vlog channel, you can definitely check out that first comment. That it'll be in the first comment as well as the previous reaction I did today on this regard. The previous reaction was on the character individuals coming in, and rather interesting who exactly organized that. And of course, do Dominica really care about the youth when it comes onto the situation right there? Anyways, guys, we gotta provide some sort of update in this regard. Of course, this was something that I saw individuals posting, and it states right there in regards to Dr. THOMSON FONTAINE, who is apparently not a medical doctor. He's another doctor in his respective field right there. And of course, that states, freedom is the sure possession of those. Brothers and sisters, let me make sure this thing is better. Yeah, okay, bright, or am I blurry? Am I blurry? Fix your .tvs for me, please. Fix now. I'm doing that thing now. All right, I'm good right there, guys. Freedom is the sure possession of those alone who have what? The courage to defend it. A lot of people like to say, oh, let me wait and see what happening about. Let me go and see if that person will defend me, while I hide it because I don't want to be victimized. Guys, you know how much people passed away as a result for black people themselves to be free? You know how much risks individuals to take? If you don't have to great risk, guys, there's a risk that needs to be taken sometimes for individuals to gain their freedom, you know. You know the kind of struggles people went through. Martin Luther King them, how much hose they got sprayed with dog scent on them, how much people were taken and were hanged and all kind of things. You know the kind of struggle for people to get freedom. And all people need to do right at present is come out and protest against the injustice that is taking place in Dominica. Look, they were having a little walk, and the police them decide, you know what, let's put a little pressure on them to try to stop them from thinking. Guys, freedom is something that is not freely. Freedom is something that should be freely, not given. It's something that is had by human beings. Freedom. Human beings have the right for right, before all right, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to freedom. But individuals don't make it seem like they want to keep you down, so they do certain things to keep you down right there. Freedom is not a choice, brothers and sisters. It's a right right there. Not given by man, but by God himself. You can jail a revolutionary. I think the person mean you can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail the revolution. You can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom in itself right there. On the whole basis of this, I think they consider Dr. THOMSON FONTAINE to be a sort of revolutionary when it comes down to freedom. And I think everybody should have that in their system. Freedom is your right, brothers and sisters. Not given by nobody, but by God himself. God gave man free will. And as a result of free will, you didn't get free will for you to go and do craziness to yourself. No. You gave you free will, brothers and sisters. That is beyond what man can give man. So don't make no man fool you and tell you certain things right there. Anyways, I saw this thing, rather interesting, a photo of what took place over the weekend. And of course, this individual apparently, he dressed up. He played dress up, man. No war happening in Dominica about it. Play dress up with military clothes, man. Military, we there. Carnival coming soon, you know. Well, Carnival is next year. So I guess you can never be too early right there. But play. All right then. Anyways, guys, this is Dr. THOMSON FONTAINE when he was in the hospital right there, and he was actually talking to individuals on the basis of, you know, he having certain pains and whatnot. The police actually brought him there, and of course, these are them right there. One in black and one in millie. Oh, boy in the hospital too, man. Yes, we war in, man. Yes, we war in the hospital. Be a Ted Calbas. But anyways, this was him in the hospital, and unfortunately, according to Lennox, I think Lennox was the one who stated this very thing right there. I'm gonna read it for you. This is the Facebook post. Okay. Good morning, Dominicans. I think this was yesterday. I'm at the police headquarters. Well, this was early Sunday morning, right there. THOMSON FONTAINE was removed from the hospital. I saw him right there, and back into the inhumane police cell about 3 a.m. this morning. Word is he will be brought back to the hospital, of course, to do some follow-up checkups and examination on his chest right there. Last night, a bail proceeding was set aside just so that Thompson could be be made to suffer the pain, humiliation, and inconveniences and the indignities of sleeping in the jail cell, which is rather interesting, guys. I actually had experience of this myself on the terms of being in a cell where you have innocent and guilty individuals, but yet still the innocent individuals are treated just as guilty as the. So I guess it's not innocent until proven guilty, or guilty. Well, it seems like it's guilty until proven innocent when it comes on to the situation right there. But anyways, guys, let's continue. Right there. This is what is that? My Boy Kitchen. My Boy Kitchen had some rather interesting things to say right there. Tomatoes Carrot and his Manikou Gang police force are up to their old dirty ways once again. Patriot Dr. Thomson Fontaine was arrested at Melville Hall Airport upon his arrival in Dominica earlier today, which is Saturday, right there. The kitchen wants to remind all that Dr. Fontaine had feared being arrested because he has been accused of a trump-up charge of incitement by the crooked Manikou police force in the same coup by truck and song system that the scary cabal have spent more than $1 million. By the way, guys, you know that $1 million is not from scary them money, you know. It's not the government money. It's not the government personal salary they taking. It's your money they're taking and do that. They're taking your money. This is why they can just constantly have it in court for as long as they want. They can have this in court for as long as they want because it's your money they're taking. The same money that's supposed to be used to actually help build back schools or fix these schools, some of which schools are still broken down and some of the places are still not properly renovated as well. I wouldn't call certain market names, but we leave that there. And certain police stations, we wouldn't call their names right there, brothers. We leave that there. Okay? So it's the same monies that they're taking to actually help you that they're doing to do their dirty work. Millions of dollars to do this stupidness, trumped up foolish charges that making no sense whatsoever. But we know these individuals are not going to be charged for that. It's just something that they put in the people's head to make them feel, hey, they're going after the opposition. Let me stay quiet, eh? Let me stay quiet. Let me not talk. Let me be quiet. Let me not say nothing, brothers and sisters, before they come for me and have to try and give me charge and all those kind of things there. Brothers and sisters, it's your rightful right to protest. Don't make nobody fool you and tell you otherwise. Because when things are happening bad in the country, every other place, when bad things, look at, just like on Matnik people just protest too, you know. When things are not going their way, and Matnik people them try, well, anyways, there's a whole other story right there. But let's get back to this. All patriots are asked to stand by as you will be called upon to stand up against the Manikou Gang with a vigil at the police headquarters. So I'm thinking that they actually had a vigil right there. We'll get into that in a moment. This individual has something to say right there.
What is the problem about Thompson? What is the big hoopla? Why everybody crazy? Roughly, why you telling people go down by the police station to do what? Why do you like to create a scene for nothing? The man had a warrant, same time we play up on them. How much years now? Why, when he touch, they have a right to arrest him based on the warrant? What is the big issue? You go in there, arrest him, you get his lawyer, you get bail. Just like all of them.
Well, you say all of them, which is rather interesting. Remember, we also have one of them who is apparently Mr. Speaker of the House. What about him? What about him, though? I heard that he was one of the individuals on the ground. I mean, yes, he was after the meeting and everything, but he was one of the individuals on the ground, along with Joshua Francis and a number of others who were on the ground right there. You know where Thompson was? Thompson was in Q95 with Athi, talking about the situation that was taking place in Roseau. So, what incitement charges? What did he say in the radio where you can bring incitement for him? Huh? What? But scary to tell people to go and throw hot water on people, though. Go and throw hot water when they come to your step. Burn them. That's not a level of incitement. No, I could be. Okay, well, all right then.
They can arrest anybody in Dominica at any time and put any charge on them and drop it in. I can't tell you that. Why are they making a big thing for?
Well, it's a big thing because he's not only just a normal Dominican, you know, guys. He's also a diplomat. Republic of South Sudan, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. Diplomatic identity card. And if you don't know what that means, by the way, you see the date, the name right there. And of course, you see the date. So it's still relevant to today. On the basis of this very thing right there, what does it mean if you don't understand? Thompson was pretty much a duly notified individual of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, International Cooperation. International Cooperation, remember, it's not international cooperation under international law and enjoys immunity from criminal jurisdiction. The bearer of such a card, I believe, I am not exactly sure what's going on, but the bearer pretty much should not be liable. What? The bearer, whatever that they, not be liable to any form of arrest or detention, but may be given notification of violation. If found, please return to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So he apparently has a diplomatic identification card for South Sudan, which kind of brings me back to the criminal activities of our diplomats in Dominica, which got arrested in the country. So I'm thinking of people like Alison Maduke, Ali Reza Monfared, one of Scary's best friends, all these individuals who are diplomats of Dominica who apparently had criminal activities going on. There's a difference between having criminal activities going on and another one of trying to put criminal activities on the basis of no fact whatsoever. They're just trying to keep it running, you know, to keep the people in a certain way. That's what is happening, right? Brothers and sisters, I know this thing. I know it very well. They're doing this thing in society. I've studied the, how dictators run the country and how certain things happening. They tend to do these kind of practices to keep the people in check. Hey, if we're going after the opposition leader and these individuals, have them in court constantly like this, then the people themselves who know that the opposition people is liable or is accountable for them to hold the government officials. If they're going after these individuals, what about us? That is the kind of psychological effect that they're having. No charges, these guys are going to come out not guilty. We know this thing, but they're keeping this thing rolling. Lennox himself admitted this thing. They have this thing going on for four years. Court case have gone nowhere when he was speaking. Court case have gone nowhere. The judge decided to go somewhere and forget about matter, and they have to put it another day, and it's just constant nonsense going on, brothers. So we know none of these things is going to hold stick, but they're putting this on the people's minds. It's not about them. They're using them as the example to keep the people down. So you have to keep that in mind, right there. I understand there was a bench warrant for him and everything like that, and taking him into the consideration of what was happening. But remember that Joseph Isaac was also in it. So how is Joseph Isaac cleared and Thomson Fontaine and Lennox Linton them not cleared of this stupidness? Help me understand, brothers and sisters. Help me, labor rights out there. I know you guys like to watch my videos and then you criticize what I'm saying, but please help me understand. And if you don't leave a comment, send me a message in Mystelics Facebook page. You know my name already, Mystelics. Okay, obviously. Send me a message on Mystelics page, brothers and sisters. I want to read what you guys are saying. How is Joseph Isaac free? But Lennox Linton and all the others apparently are still in this. Dr. Thomson Fontaine is there on the basis of incitement that they have no they have no evidence of. Interesting, ain't it? But we know diplomats in Dominica, the former diplomats who are arrested for strange money laundering and this kind of things there. We know. Even the government, we heard, were trying to right the wrongs of Antigua, trying to send back Trotsky to India. Dominica was trying to right the wrongs of another country to send back Trotsky to India. That's crazy. And we had a look. Guys, by the way, if you want me to do a reaction on that, because I have a number of them, guys, I can pinpoint them for you, let you know which names and everything like that. Let this video reach 300 thumbs up. Click this video thumbs up right now, guys, so I can do a nice reaction on the amount of diplomats in Dominica who are criminals, who had diplomatic passports representing Dominica that Dominicans have no idea about in this regard. Anyways, guys, let's continue right there. And it's very interesting. This one I pretty much must point to the police right there, because the police individuals know. Stupidity is knowing the truth. And not just knowing the truth, but seeing the truth itself, but still believing the lie. It's a hell of a thing to know the truth and not act on the truth, thinking that believing a lie will somehow correct the truth from being the truth. Just like nature, brothers and sisters. Nature doesn't change because you think you're a donkey. There's a man I know, well, I don't know him, I saw him in the news. There's a man I know that thinks he's a deer. He decided to dress like a deer and going in the forest. Some hunters apparently shot him by mistake because they thought he was a deer. They didn't take him to the vet. No, brothers and sisters. They took him to a human hospital. He happened to survive. Because people are not foolish. Biology and nature doesn't change because you think something else. No, brothers and sisters, it doesn't work like that. Just because you believe a lie doesn't mean it makes the truth a lie. No, the truth will always remain the truth, even if you refuse to act on it. And guess who will pay the price for it? You will pay the price for it. Nobody else will pay the price but you. You know why? Because when they're spending millions of dollars to do bogus charges, monies that can actually help schools, help you get promotions, help fix up the police stations in deplorable state that they are in, and a number of things in the country that can actually help and do marketing, proper marketing, by marketing ads and those kind of things that can actually help boost up Dominica and do better things for the people. But no, they don't want this. They don't want this. What they're doing? They're making bogus charge on the people in the community for them to try to keep the citizens in check. That is exactly what is happening. I dare anyone of you to tell me it's not true. But let us continue right there, guys. This is one of the individuals, I think, who got a story from the cousin who was actually sitting on by THOMSON FONTAINE on the plane right there. I think Thompson is very upset at the way he was treated at the time of his arrest at the airport, Manila Airport. This is probably why his blood pressure went up. Of course, you know about the concerns that he had about his chest pains, and those kind of things, and wanted to make sure that he checked it out in the hospital. I got a clear picture of what happened from my cousin, the individual sitting next beside THOMSON FONTAINE on the flight to Dominica. It was not an easy arrest at all. She did not even know that there was that Thompson. She didn't even know that was Thompson. And she was bursting her throat or quarreling because of the way they grabbed him and started roughing him up and pushing him around. They did not even know what that situation was like until they saw it firsthand. So she quarreling, man, making noise. Stop treating him like that. Stop your dirty ways. That's what she was pretty much telling them in a nutshell. They did not even wait for him to get to the terminal. As he stepped down from the flight, he was grabbed. Brothers and sisters, she had to be shouting to the police if this is the way they handle somebody who's not resisting arrest. So apparently he was not resisting arrest, but they still decided to rough him up now, man. Let us rough him up, man. We are scared dogs. Let us rough him up for Scaro. Continue. Continue, brothers and sisters. There's a hell of a thing. The Bible speaks about doing unto others will happen to you. And if you honest, there are some people who do believe the Bible. There's something called the Karma edition. But goes around, comes around. It goes in accordance to the Bible, you know. Karma is something that goes in accordance to the Bible, but it's just a different trend of thought right there. So they pretty much took it from the Bible and called it karma. But yes, guys, you get the point right there. So this was what my boy was talking about, the vigil that they had in Roseau. Not much people came out for this. I guess some people had to check out their family and everything like that. Bring the man, come on. Bring the smoke me bruv for the man inside there. I think you can bring food for people, you know. Bring the smoke me bruv, man. But one of the things they tend to do, they make you eat it before. They make you eat the food before you send the food inside. So if you have to take out somebody, at least it'll take you out first. Penis inside.
All the uncles carried his wrong to have Dr. Fontaine in the cell.
But he knows, they know too. You don't think the police know? The police know. I know the police know. I know the police know. It is wrong to have them there. But the police are most likely doing things. Maybe they get a little incentive on the side. Maybe they get a little extra few dollars of these things. These things. They get these things. Applied value. Not real value that they know, guys. Applied value. Man fighting to get these things. No real value. Piece of tree paper, all kind of thing. Piece of paper that the law says is legal. And they put a value on it and say, hey guys, this was value. You can put value on this. We can say we can put value on that, you know, guys. Let's put value on, let's say this worth is $100. If we put legal value and say this is $100, people want to buy it and say, yeah, I can use this to buy something else. But this has no real value whatsoever. Nothing. Nothing. No value. No real value, brothers and sisters. And we tend to overlook real value for these things. For things that don't have any real value at all. Life is on the basis of what is real, not fake. When you apply legal value to things, doesn't make them real, doesn't make the value real, brothers and sisters. It is still fake. It is still fake, brothers and sisters. But hey, let's continue. Stop his dirty ways, man. Guys, the police know. It's not like they don't know, they know. But they just checking, boy, I don't want to lose my job. Let me just do what I've told and let me leave that there. Let me leave that there. There's an individual that has some rather interesting things to say right there, guys. Let's take a listen.
Yo, you see me? I'm very upset a man can come in his own country. The man is a high, powerful man in the world. He's taking care of.
He's a diplomat under the British government, by the way.
Let me tell you. You see me. If I come Dominica, either in the fucking hospital, the jail, or the fucking cemetery, because the is not going up there with a fucking motherfucker they call securities. Boy, let me tell you, I'm upset now.
You should be upset. And it's rather interesting, looking outside in, you upset. And the people inside taking all the blows. They're taking all the blows that they can. Just for them to get these things, man. Something that doesn't have any real value whatsoever. They are fighting for this thing because they say that this is worth $1. And $1, not even $1, because they put VAT on it. So this is 85 cents right there, guys. 15% VAT.
I'm upset, man.
You should be.
I'm upset. This man don't come in look. Scout is the biggest criminal in Dominica.
Where are all the monies, guys? What is the police doing on the basis that allegations were made stating that $1.2 billion is missing? $2.3 billion was missing last year or the year before. And now $4.3 billion is missing. What is the police doing in this regard?
And you see me?
What is the police doing for this one?
On Sunday, May 19th, 2019.
You remember this? You remember these guys?
The surveillance camera number 2, which is erected in the southeasterly corner
of whose house? Of whose house? I'm person speaking.
And covering the entrance to the dwelling house of the Honorable Lennox and Mrs. Shirley Linton and family.
Oh, so you guys remember when they were trying to frame them? And then the Reginald and a number of others were actually running with this in the campaign. They know this wasn't real. They know this was not going to stick. But they knew that they were going to try to hold people on the basis that this happened. They knew they were going to hold people on the basis that this was going to happen. So they're trying to entice people. People don't see what's happening to them. People don't see what's happening to them, boy. It's absolutely amazing. People don't see what is happening to them. On a psychological level, you mean people so dumb that they cannot see what is happening to them? This is why I come back to this very thing right there, you know. Stupidity is knowing the truth, seeing the truth, but still believing the lies that is being portrayed to you right there. Constant lies. Anyways, guys, before I get copyrighted on the music right there, let me help you understand what's going on right there. So this guy came. He don't knock on the door. Let's see if he knock on the door. We go in slow-mo one time. Put down his thing. Okay, alright then, alright. Wait, stand up. No knock, nothing, alright. You got your mother home. Alright then. So you don't come back, you just leave thing and that's it? Alright then. Oh, who's that uncle? But if you're bringing it back for Lennox, I mean, that looking like Lennox to you? That looking like a white man to me, eh? That looking like somebody for different. Lennox is a black man, you know. Lennox is the definition of a black man right there, brothers and sisters. Not a brown skin man, a black man. Mama Africa self. That don't look like Lennox here to me, brothers and sisters. Lennox is much bigger and more muscular. Mr. looking like a piece of twig. A twig fella that there. At least he can carry the bag with one hand. Thank God for that. Thank God for strength. Remember this, guys? What is the police doing in regards to this? What is the police doing? What is the police doing in regards to something that happened to a citizen? That he was framed right there. What is the police doing? Nothing. A report was made on this to the police station. I remember when Lennox them said that they made a report on this. What has the police done in this regard? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. But they want to bring bogus charge on people, though. Alright then. This is why Scary has to get the trophy right there. What is the trophy for? Scary wins trophy for most corrupt leader in the Caribbean. Guys, we're not doing more corruption. That's scary. Guys, on the basis of all that we'll do, we learn about money disappearing, all kind of thing. People going all kind of place and coming back without telling citizens, and all kind of something taking place. Brothers and sisters, who have the most corruption when it comes down to diplomatic passport holders having passports, having Dominica passports, and are criminals? Who have the track record for this? Lennox have the track record. Okay. I could be wrong. Mr. Sky won in 4 categories: cheating, lying, stealing, and human rights abuse. Right there. Anyways, guys, this is what is taking place right now in the Roseau region. Of course, THOMSON FONTAINE is there for a bail hearing. Of course, they denied the bail hearing over the weekend. They tried to get a magistrate and what have you. But big up Curtis right there. See Curtis over there. But they're having a bail hearing right there, guys. It's going to pretty much tell. The police officers are there, and there are a number of individuals standing up, you know, in solidarity and what have you. Right there in solidarity to THOMSON FONTAINE and his situation and the foolishness that is being had over and over. Right there. This is from Loftus. I'll post this video in the description below. You guys can check it out. Let's take a listen to what's going on.
Let me just give you guys a synopsis of what you're looking at. Basically, I'm
gonna be running through this thing because, you know, yeah.
Down at the court, the magistrate's court, on the different in Roseau, the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Okay.
He spent the weekend in the custody of the police. I'm being told from very reliable sources that a charge of incitement.
So the charge of incitement, the same charges that he brought against what's his name again, Joseph Isaac, which apparently dropped out. So apparently they bringing the same thing on him when he came back to Dominica. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm sure they're going to try, and from my understanding of how they operate, I'm sure they're going to try to frustrate it, because I'm sure that THOMSON FONTAINE needs to go back to South Sudan, because as we saw, his diplomatic identification card expires in 2023. I think it's December 10th or October 12th, 2023. One of them. So keep that in mind. I think it was December 2023 right there.
What's for the kids here? His lawyers tried very hard this week.
The lawyers tried over the weekend to try to get him out.
In the courthouse, I'm being told from one of the police officers that he was brought down about 9 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
Let me check my time now. Now 10:45.
So about an hour and 15 minutes.
He would have been there like an hour and 45 minutes.
45? Okay.
There are many persons out there, onlookers out there, basically looking on with him. And yes.
Hey Siri, big up Siri one time. I see Siri in the background.
A protester just let me lost my train of thought a while ago. As it were. And Inspector Claude Weeks, I'm being told, came out and basically told the crowd that the magistrate said that the voices coming through was very disturbing, and he or she, I don't know who is the magistrate yet, but he or she said basically that if that noise is not abated or was not abated, then he or she kind of hinted that he or she would abort the process. So the crowd
abort the process, okay.
Facing east, and the noise really was a bit.
So okay, I get the point.
The real issue today is they want THOMSON FONTAINE to be out, and so whatever is.
But then it's on bail, which means that if he's on bail, then they will take his passports and then he cannot go back to South Sudan. Well, can he? Well, I don't think he can go anywhere, even though he's a diplomat, which is interesting. How does this work? It's let's say international, so that applies to the international arena. And of course, it's under the British government that I think he has his thing. Yes, it's South Sudan, but it's the British government that are actually having him there. So it's interesting, guys. I'll post this video in the description below. You guys can check it out. This is Lennox.
I'll try to get a sense as to what is happening in a while.
This is Lennox right here.
Information. All right.
We're not hearing anything that happened in there.
What I'm being told from very reliable sources, that diplomatic status was given to him, or bestowed on him rather, by his arrangement with the Sudanese government and the persons who arranged for him to get that job, that is the British.
So you heard it there right there. Anyways guys, this is pretty much all I have your boy Hassel. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bye.